Hello, my name's Christina Ritter. For anyone that I haven't already met, I'm going to focus my video on adult centrism and adultism. I chose to focus on this issue because it isn't one that I would have thought to list when I discussed marginalization, and I think that that sort of reinforces how much we aren't aware of this type of marginalization in society. And I really liked the definition that the man from the video gave, which was adult centrism is the bias and the egotism of adults, whereas adultism is that perpetuation of adult centrism, and that adultism can even be perpetuated by youth and by children and teenagers alike because it almost is so cultured and just it's so much made a part of our norms that I don't even think that children realize that they're perpetuating adultism or adult centrism. And so my experiences with this in education, thinking back a few years at least, I always had less respect for teachers that talked down to me in that tone of voice that no matter what, they knew better, that my idea was never going to, reach up to the quality of their idea regardless of how good it was. And I think that that's a really damaging perspective to have as an educator or just an administrator in education. If your students know that you hold them at a lower level than yourself, it's never going to be a healthy and productive relationship. In the book, some of the statements that get thrown around all the time, which is so true, is you're so smart for 15, or, don't touch that, or you'll understand one day, or she doesn't understand anything, talking about her age. Those don't seem that offensive at first, but looking at them now after doing the readings and hearing the videos, it really, really is just, complete marginalization. And I guess it's another one of those things where this course really opens up our eyes to things that we were cultured, into thinking is normal, just constructed into believing that this is standard. And I also liked how it asked us to ask ourselves some questions in the mirror, saying, ask yourself, would I talk to another adult like this? Would I use this tone of voice with another adult? Would I make this decision for an adult? Would I, another one is, would I limit an adult's behavior this way? And I think as administrators, no matter what office we're in, if we're answering no to any of those questions, then we're perpetuating adult centrism, because there's no reason that for 18-year-olds through whatever age they are, we should be treating them differently than we would treat our peers of our own age group. And I think one cool way we could address that on a college campus is to bring in some sort of speaker series where they are relatively young leaders, whether they are inventors of some new technology, whether they just go around and give motivational speeches, whether they've created their own small business at a young age. I think that that would be really inspiring. Even, I'm only 25, but I think being 25, I would still be really inspired by that. And so I think that it could really affect our traditional 18-year-old to 22-year-old undergrad students in a really large way, to see people that are, their age or younger even. There are lots of children who have done wonderful, amazing things that are, you see them on Oprah and all these other shows, and they're quite inspiring. So I think that would be great. And just through our own actions, we need to make sure that when a student comes into our office, if we're advising them, we're not using that tone, we're not limiting their options, we're not assuming they won't get something because of their age. And so even if it's just in those tiny steps, the students can tell, and they're not going to like that vibe. And even as some of the readings discuss, they're not going to have as much respect for us, and they're probably not going to accomplish the same level of greatness because we're sending off this vibe and this message that they probably can't by talking down to them in that demeaning sort of way. I'd love to hear all of your ideas as soon as your videos are posted, and please leave any feedback you have. Have a great day.